Hi, welcome to Going Gufy. Towards the end of last year, I spent a couple days in Ghana. I told you I'm going to be as consistent as possible. So this segment is just me talking about 5 of the best photos I took in Ghana. Ghana actually gave me some really good frames, and I thought it's a good way to open 2024. So let's get right into it. I love naming my photos. So this first photo is called Fish in a Bowl. We went to eat somewhere in Ghana. The interesting bit is I actually don't even photograph food. I just like to go there, eat, and enjoy the delicacy. But Ghana's food was so good, well presented. I felt like I just needed to take a pose before eating and take this photo. My next photo is called 6 Boys and the Blue. Crazy, right? I was just roaming around, whipping out my camera, snapping moments that I thought would make a great composition or a great photo. I saw these boys on the foreground have like this huge, almost arranged rocks. At the background we have the expansive ocean. It's blue and then there's the white, so it's like a very good blend of colors. This is how 6 Boys in the Blue was born. So this photo is called A Net and 2 Souls. So as my friend was doing the castle tour, I decided to go through the door of no return. And the door of no return simply means there's no returning for the slaves who are held here. Once they're shipped, they're shipped. Now, I saw this old man seated with a lady. He signaled for me to take a photo of him. So I quickly adjusted my camera, took a couple of motion, and decided to actually just add in a few still frames. What makes this photo more interesting is I love watching fishermen do their thing, either setting their boat, repairing the net, sorting out their fish. It's something that I've actually done for a couple of years. So by now you must have figured I have weird ways of naming my photos. So this next one is called A Castle and Some Waves. Ghana has a sweet coastline. It might not be as good as Kenya's coastline. So we went to this place called Cape Coast. It's a castle that was very major in the transatlantic slave trade. I snapped this photo. I think for this photo, it's just one of those photos you just point and shoot. Whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. The most intriguing bit about Ghana is everywhere I looked, there's a story in terms of frames, poetry, the people, food, music, infrastructure. All those are stories. Take for example, Akwaba. Akwaba means welcome. It's a Twi word spoken by the Akan tribe in Ghana. Me, it feels like it's very calming, it's very stationary, perfectly balanced frame. I try to make the photo be as realistic as possible. How I see it is how mostly my photos would be. So what camera do I use? I use the Sony a7 IV, and the glass that I chose to pair it with is a 35mm 1.4 G Master lens with an ND filter. And that is how my whole Ghanaian trip was filmed, and all my photos were taken with a 35mm. Now, if you ask me between photos and videos, I'll automatically tell you I love videos, I love motion. Photography for me is something I'm growing to like. So I'm trying as much as possible to take as many frames as possible and tell as many still stories as possible. So this is a new segment where I'm just briefly talking about my photos. It's a bit sketchy, but up until I figure it out, I'm going to release work. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be out there. Watch, share, subscribe. See you on the next.